What I discovered today when I was out and about, as I say, I don't have much social interaction of late. I've been rather, well, I wouldn't say totally down in the dumps, but I have been rather isolated in many respects. I still think it's much to do with the residue of myself and up and down parting company. And this longing to see her smile. It's a very vague memory. Well, it shouldn't be, but you understand what I'm saying. It's starting to fade into history. But I try not to dwell too much on it, although I do, obviously. What I was going to say, though, was to my amazement is, I'm not sure if it's working both ways, but to my absolute amazement and astonishment is the people I encounter, which I've not seen for several years. For one thing and another, we just lost communication from being in different social circles, or perhaps just bypassing as people bypass each other in life often. But what I'm truly amazed at, and as I say, I wonder if it's a two-way thing, but I'm quite astonished just how much older they've become. I've mentioned this before. I said, is it something to do with these COVID jags that are prematurely aging people? But I'm not talking about someone who's just got a couple of grey whiskers. I'm talking someone, not just someone, but multiples of someone who have grown almost like they've gone from being 40 to 70 overnight. It's really quite alarming. And I find when I'm speaking to them that they don't recognize who I am. I'm almost sure they seem to have a very vacant type stare. And sometimes I want to maybe say to them, do you know who I am? Or can you remember my name? But they do seem to be rather distant. And I'm wondering if they're actually looking at me as if to say, how come you've regressed? How come you one day you were looking about 50 and now you look about 10? I don't know, but it's really quite odd. What I was really thinking was possibly since that death experience over there in June. Bear with me while I have a slip of tea. I've only got a little bit left in the cup. Wasn't too much of a slip though, was it? I'm starting to wonder in that death experience that everything was halted for me. And that's why I wish I could see up and down, because you'd probably go, goodness me. Goodness me. But I haven't seen her since June. Oh yes, I have. I do apologise. I did see her. She was ranting and raving at me at the doorstep. Get away, you cretin. And But I certainly wished I saw just in December. I was looking forward to seeing Up and Down in December. Upset, really upset that I didn't see her. Well, it didn't spoil my Christmas, but I did want to see her. I did. On my return from Malta, I wanted to just say, hello, Up and Down, are you all right for coming for tea? But I didn't do it. Anyway, I'm thinking about this death experience, that during that pause in my existence, that when I woke up from the death experience, I'd been dead for several years. Not 2 weeks, but much longer. Because in my interactions with everyone else, they all seem to have aged considerably. Am I correct in thinking this is a kind of storyline of Sleeping Beauty? No? Perhaps not. I couldn't remember reading Sleeping Beauty as a youngster. I was more of a Jack and the Beanstalk fan. Actually, I will tell you a very quick story about Jack and the Beanstalk. I remember I was sitting in a public bar in my hometown, Crieff, and a couple of chaps came in. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, so he died fairly young, but he came in and he said, "Oh, hi there, how are you doing?" I says, "Oh, not too bad, I suppose. Do you mind if I sit here?" I says, "Yeah, of course." "Oh, no, I don't mind at all. Please be seated." So we're both having glasses of ale, and he says, are you all right?" And I says, "Yeah, well, can I share something with you?" And he says, "Of course." And I says, "Well, my mama," and my mother was living at the time, you see, my mama has instructed me to take her coat to the laundromat, the laundrette, and for dry cleaning. And the chap nodded his head, and okay. I says, "Well, when I went to retrieve the coat, there was a woman. She says to me, it's a very nice coat. Do you mind if I take it off you?" I says, "It's not for you to take away. It's my mum's." And she says, "I don't think your mother will mind." I said, "I think she will. I'm sure she will. She likes this coat." So I said to, I said, no, sorry, the lady then produced the, I'm telling this to this person, you see, but I'm just reiterating the story as I told him this day. And he was looking at me as if to say, what the hell's going on here? But I said the lady said to me, "Look, why don't you take these, this collection of beans and give that to your mother?" This is a true story I'm telling this guy. And he's looking at me going, "Why don't you give these beans to your mother and I'll take the coat?" And I said, "Well, okay." And so he sort of interjected. He said, "Well, you gave your mum's coat to a lady you didn't know for a few beans?" I said, "Yes, but they were very jolly beans of all different colours." And I put them in my pocket. And I skipped off home. And I went to the family home and I said to, "Hello, Mama, hello, Mum. And she said, oh, there you are there, Andrew. She said, Andrew, did you bring my coat down from the laundrette that I told you to do? My face went a bit of off colour. And I said, well, there's a situation, Mum, I need to explore with you in the most delicate manner. And she says, oh, whatever is it now, Andrew? What, have you lost my coat? I says, no, I've not. I says, but it's a lady took the coat. Who's taking my coat? Said Mum in a rather sharp, loud, sort of voice. And I says, oh, don't be upset, Mum. I says, look. Of course, this chap opposite the table's, because he knows my mum, and he says, gosh, your mum, what did she say? I says, well, this is it. She gave me a little slap across the jaw, and she took the beans and she threw them out the kitchen window. And I thought that he would have twigged at that moment, but he didn't. And he was leaning back into the chair, and then he picked up a sip of his drink, and he said, crikey, no wonder she threw them out the window, Andrew. And I said, yes, but in the morning, I was none of us would get out of the house for this great big... And then the penny dropped with the guy. Jack and the Beanstalk. But anyway, well, it wasn't Jack, it was just the Beanstalk. That was a fable I just made up there and then at that table, talking to that chap. It was quite good. But where was I? Oh yes, I was talking about people who are aging before their time. But I had thought to myself, in this death experience, I've come back. But I've come back much younger than I left. It's very strange, but that's what I've been talking about for the last few months. I mean, everything's been very strange. I'm in a different zone. I'm in a completely different world. And Up and Down doesn't believe it. I think she thinks I'm talking nonsense, but she is sending energy, so she must know that part of it. Excuse me, I clear my throat. But anyway, I think this is why people are looking at me oddly, because they're going, I don't think I know you. You seem familiar, but you're just so different. What is it about you that's changed? I can't make up my mind. That's the kind of feeling I get when they look at me. And anyway, I mean, I don't want to sound, as if I'm literally 10, 11-year-old or something of that nature, or a teenage chap. But what I'm trying to say is, unless that mirror in my bathroom's a magic mirror and it started to lie to me, I'm just wondering possibly if the mirror is it's got a kind of snapshot timestamp on it from the last time I looked in the mirror, maybe 12 years ago. And every time I approach the mirror, it's the same face that's on there. That's a possibility, Andrew. But anyway, I'm going to keep a little bit of a check on this one, because I'd be very interested to find if there's more people have aged 30 years in the last 2 as a result of the inoculations.